Today is March 31st, and my subscription has arrived. It's also 15 minutes to roll over. Let's take a look. Your monthly subscription is here. Yay! You acquire an item, Packaged April Shower Thoughts Calendar. We already have an April shower in the Clan VIP room, so I'm really curious what an April Shower Thoughts Calendar is. April shower, and the April shower teaches you these amazing crafting ideas. So, April Shower Thoughts Calendar, is it going to be similar or is it going to be different? Packaged April Shower Thoughts Calendar. This calendar promises to increase the average number of things you think per day by 1. April Shower Thoughts Shield. Increase the average number of things you think per day? Type usable, damage reduction 6, cannot be discarded, free pull from Hanks. Let's use it. You carefully unwrap your new shower thoughts calendar. Oh, what thoughts you're going to have. You acquire an item, April Shower Thoughts Shield. Sure enough, it's an offhand item. April Shower Thoughts Shield. A thought-a-day calendar with a handy strap on the back, which you think is for your forearm. Type offhand item, shield, damage reduction 6, cannot be traded or discarded, all attributes plus 10, maximum hit points and mana points plus 25, improves some of your class skills. What does that mean? Only some of my class skills? Because I have all the class skills, I think. Which ones does it improve? Let's shower first. Shower. You hop in the shower, strapping on your April Shower Thoughts shield so you can wash your legs. You rip off the latest entry and then a few more get stuck to your hands. You acquire 2 globs of wet paper. Ugh. A little glob of wet paper and you can do whatever you want with it. Just imagine the possibilities. I think what I want to do is throw it in the trash or yard waste, I guess, to be environmentally conscious, but mostly just ugh. But okay, I can think about this wet paper. Oh! You think about all the things you can make from the leftover shower thoughts you've collected. Click for description. Spitball, paper Mach 1 airplane, 3 sheets to the wind, pile of wet dates, wet blanket, wet paper cup, wet paper weights, wet paper back, wet shower radio, wet shower curtain, wet shower cap, wet shower shoes, wet shower shorts, wet paper tiger, wet shower stamp. 1,000? That's crazy. Let's start down there. Wet shower stamp. It's not the kind of stamp you have to lick, but if it was, you still wouldn't have to lick it. Oh, since it's a stamp, that makes me think it's a tattoo. Wet paper tiger. You've created nature's perfect self-hating machine, a cat that is always wet. Oh, that poor cat. Wet shower shorts, perfect for washing your legs. You wash your legs, right? Type pants, power 50, cannot be discarded, plus 20 damage to cold spells. Nothing about that is right. Wet shower shoes. These shoes give you the experience of walking through a gymnasium foot bath everywhere you go. It doesn't have the same antifungal properties though, and if anything, it will probably make your athlete's foot worse. Type accessory, cannot be discarded, plus 10 cold damage. Sensing a theme here. Wet shower cap. The point of a shower cap is to keep your hair dry, so you're not exactly sure why you made this thing. Type hat, power 50, cannot be discarded, serious hot resistance. Wet shower curtain. Not all heroes wear capes like this, and it's very easy to understand why. Type back item, selling price 21 meat, reduces hot damage by 100,000. Where would I even take that much hot damage? And only hot damage, not any other kind of elemental damage. That is weird. Wet shower radio. This is the newest model of waterproof portable radio manufactured by you a few minutes ago. The reviews so far are mostly positive, specifically calling out the sound quality and the hands-free hook that makes it easier to dance along to the music. The one problem with them is that the batteries don't last very long and aren't user replaceable. Type accessory, cannot be traded or discarded. This item will disappear at the end of the day, plus 25% item drops from monsters. Note, you may not equip more than one of these at a time. Wet paperback. Books are rectangles made of paper, so this is definitely technically a book. Ooh. Type potion, selling price 11 meat, effect moisticality, 20 adventures. Mysticality plus 15, plus 20% to all mysticality gains. Wet paper weights. You've crafted some little barbells out of soggy paper, creating strength out of weakness. Type potion, selling price 11 meat, effect lifting wets, 20 adventures. Muscle plus 15, plus 20% to all muscle gains. Wet paper cup. You've heard that hydration is important and also that it involves cups and water, and this is what you've come up with. Type potion, selling price 11 meat, effect in your cups, 20 adventures, Moxie plus 15, plus 20% to all Moxie gains. Wet blanket. This is the worst thing you've had on your bed since that Debbie Down comforter your grandma got you. Type usable, selling price 21 meat, gain substats when resting after installed. That's nice. I end up using all of my free rests every day to get more casts from the Cinco de Mayo, so getting substats when I'm using those free rests sounds really nice. Pile of wet dates. They're dates because they're made of calendar pages, you see? Oh. Type food, awesome. Size 1, selling price 21 meat, effect a date with tomorrow, 1 adventure. Whoa, plus 10 adventures per day. Oh, now that's going to be a tricky one. So it only lasts 1 adventure, so you absolutely have to eat it right before rollover. Or do you? Okay, I need to check if I can use a pocket wish for that one. A date with tomorrow. 3 sheets to the wind. This paper cup is so wet that the water molecules inside it have transitioned to a denser atom configuration, some kind of ultra-ethanol. Type booze, awesome quality, potency 1, selling price 21 meat, effect wetted whistle 1 adventure, plus 10 adventures per day. I love more adventures! I am really excited about these 2 effects, but it's the same story. You have to leave 1 liver capacity to drink this immediately before rollover so that the effect is active. Wetted whistle. Paper Mach 1 airplane. You've created a miracle of modern aero technology, a supersonic plane that is also extremely wet. Type combat item, selling price 21 meat. Spitball. This is less gross than a normal spitball because the liquid isn't actually spit. Your target doesn't need to know this though. Type combat item, selling price 1 meat. Gross out your foe, drive them away, and get their stuff. Always useful, but I am really excited about the 3 sheets to the wind and pile of wet dates. Okay, so a date with tomorrow, wetted whistle. Come on, pocket wish. Oh. Okay, I should have seen that coming. So I can't wish for a wetted whistle or a date with tomorrow. But I also don't have 3, whatever these things are. Globs of wet paper. Can I shower again? Oh, what are you, some sort of clean freak? 1 shower is enough. That's fair, that's fair. Let's try the 3 sheet, or no, pile of wet dates. Let's try that one. And then I can also try in your cups, lifting wets, moisticality. Nice, okay, I can wish for that. Oh, wait, that doesn't look like the right effect at all. Yeah, it says in your cups. That in your cups was not the same as the other in your cups, so that's confusing. Lifting wets, moisticality. Okay, that one worked. Moisticality, did I spell it right? I mean, it looks like I spelled it right, so that's weird. This one I got an in your cups effect, but it wasn't the same in your cups effect. This one I got lifting wets. It matched, that's good. But moisticality, I couldn't wish for at all. So that's weird, but I assume that will get fixed at some point. 1 minute to roll over. So let's eat that food. Good dates. You acquire an effect, a date with tomorrow. So I got 12 adventures, but that's with all of my buffs. Rollover's coming. Pick it up tomorrow. So it's after rollover, and I'm realizing that it's not really possible for me to tell whether the effect did anything because I didn't get a chance to use my adventures yesterday. But I'm still really excited about the food and the drink that give you plus 10 adventures each day, even though it takes a lot of globs of wet paper to buy those. Looks like it takes potentially 2 days worth. Okay, so I am gonna shower again. Hooray! You hop in the shower, strapping on your April Shower Thoughts shield so you can wash your legs. You rip off the latest entry and then a few more get stuck to your hands. You acquire 3 globs of wet paper. Pretty sure yesterday I only got 2, so it's interesting. I got 3 today. I wonder if it's increasing based on the number of days that you've had the calendar, or the number of days you've had the calendar in the current ascension, or if it's just random. All of these are possible. The potion effects, at least one of them was wishable, and I think maybe the others will be at some point. The long-term goals, which is a great name for that section, is obviously out of reach right now. So I'm looking at the equipment and the other usables. What's that wet blanket do again? Oh, that's right. Gain substats when resting after installed. I want to check if that works with free rests. I mean, I hope it does. But some things only work when you spend adventures while resting. And that would just be sad to spend 11 globs of wet paper and then not actually get the benefits, because I only ever used the free rests. So I'm curious about that one. I ate the wet dates. And then we've got the airplane and the spitball. The spitball seems fairly straightforward. It looks like it forces their stuff to drop and also banishes them for some period of time. It's typically 20 or 30 adventures. Much more rarely it will be all day. And then these equipment items. That's right, the shower curtain. Reduces hot damage by 100,000. Why? Where would I use that? This kind of makes me hope that there's a new zone or something where there's just going to be crazy amounts of hot damage and this will help me survive it, but I don't know. And these others, serious hot resistance, 10 cold damage, and 20 damage to cold spells. I mean, those are nice, but I don't know if I really need them. See, I'm really curious about, the wet blanket and the airplane and the curtain. It just seems silly. Well, the airplane is the one I can afford, and it just doesn't say anything about what it does. Okay, so I've got the airplane. Let's take it somewhere and see what happens. Oh, the Spectral Pickle Factory! That's right, it's April 1st. Well, I gotta try it there. You're fighting a carnivorous dill plant. Okay, we've got a paper Mach 1 airplane. Let's use it. You toss your paper airplane. It flies so fast that it generates a sonic boom, stunning everyone in the area. You acquire an effect, Echoes of Wetness. The weirdly wet sonic boom from that airplane you threw is still reverberating. Monsters are stunned the first round of combat where you created the sonic boom. So will they only be stunned in the Spectral Pickle Factory? I'll have to switch my shirt because the Jurassic Parka also stuns monsters. Okay, I get the jump on it. I need to slow myself down. Tiny black hole should do it. Nope, I still got the jump on it. Okay, negative 500% combat initiative. It gets the jump on you. It tries to smack you in the knee, but you dodge it and call it a dillweed. It gets the jump on you. Critical hit! It doesn't look like that effect is doing anything. I'm just going to double check what that effect is supposed to be. Yeah, monsters are stunned the first round of combat. It gets the jump on you. It tries to hit you in the eye but misses. Okay, so maybe it's working. Okay, I'm going to try and shower again. Yeah, one shower's enough. Darn. Alright, so now I have the shield equipped. Improves some of your class skills. I'm trying to remember what the Disco Bandit class skills are. Superhuman cocktail crafting? No, I still only get 10 charges. I don't know which class skills would be made better. I'm going to need some hints to figure out what class skills are supposed to be made better by wearing the April Shower Thoughts shield. So that's not obvious to me. First impressions. This is a weird one. I think there's a lot to like here, but I'm a little unsure how much of it I'm going to be able to take advantage of in an ascension versus after I've beaten the Naughty Sorceress like I am right now. Because, for example, if I'm only getting 2 or 3 globs of wet paper per day, typically I'm finishing my ascensions before I would get to a total like 11 is a consumable. I would need 1 per ascension. I'm not sure. I really like the effects on the pile of wet dates and 3 sheets to the wind. I'm really excited for that, particularly when it comes time for a world event like the Time Twitching Tower or Crimbo. These are going to be fantastic, right? This is an additional 20 adventures per day, just so long as I remember to use them right before rollover. So I'm very excited about both of those. The Paper Mach 1 airplane, it seemed like it only stunned in that one zone. And when I have all of my Mr. Store equipment on, it wasn't an effect that I saw. And it also expired after 35 adventures, I think. So at 2 globs of wet paper, that seems like an expensive effect to keep running. Although, I should have checked what it was called and tried to do a pocket wish for it. Oh well, that's something I can do later on. These potions, like I said, I'm not sure if these are all supposed to be pocket wishable or not. Lifting Wets was the only one that worked when I tried it. And then, other than this wet shower curtain, I want to use this somewhere where reducing hot damage by 100,000 is actually useful. I just can't think what it is. Maybe there's a PvP minigame, I'm not sure. It could be really fun. The rest of the equipment items, I'm just not that excited about the enchantments, and it doesn't seem as though they make an outfit when you put them together, or at least it doesn't say they make an outfit. Maybe they do. But once again, they're things that I would buy once, and then I'd be all set. The familiar... I really want to know what this familiar does. That seems potentially hilarious. So I'm excited to get there eventually, of course. I love that this section is called long-term goals. And then the shower stamp, I assume, is a tattoo. So that's something that I'll work towards eventually. The spitball seems really good. It's always nice to have more sources of banish in run. There's always more monsters to get rid of to increase your chances of getting the monster or the item drop that you really need. So that seems like it'll be really useful. And at 1 glob of wet paper, that's also affordable, although you'll only be able to get 2 or 3 of them per day. I'm excited to play with these more. Thanks very much for watching. I've done some reading up, and I'd like to play with the shield more with the class skills. Apparently it doesn't depend on what class you are currently. It just works with any of the base class skills. So let's try it out. Here we go. Disco Nap. Your strapped on Shower Thoughts calendar shield reminds you to take a quick shower, which is cleansing and refreshing. You gain 20 mojo points to go with your 40 hit points. Nice. Oh, thoughtful empathy. You are very thoughtfully attuned to the physical and emotional state of your familiar. There are many familiars like it, but this one is yours, and you're acutely aware of that fact. You thought about your familiar in the shower, in fact. +8 to familiar weight. Normally it's +5. Cool. Looks like I get thoughtful empathy every time. You know, I think Disco Over Matter is a new one too. Your body and mind float together in the all-encompassing wetness of creation. Yeah, that looks new. Muscle +10, regenerate 20 to 30 hit points per adventure. I think I got that one with Disco Aerobics. Yeah. Oh, okay. So this is tricky. A lot of these skills I don't use very often, so if it's different, I don't necessarily notice. Neat. You tweak the leash with the technique you thought of in the shower. Instead of getting 10 adventures, I get 15 adventures. That's really cool. Ooh, Manicotti Meditation. The universe also rearranges itself so that the meat flows more smoothly through the interconnected pasta tubes of the world. You acquire, in effect, tubes of universal meat. Memories slither through the tubes of your mind like meat slithering through a tube of extra wet pasta. +30% meat from monsters. Mysticality +10. You are also embraced by the spirit of the mariachi. You acquire an effect, Mariachi Moisture, duration 5 adventures. You have been baptized in the spit valve spray of the Cosmic Mariachi. 10% chance of critical hit, though. You also contemplate that one time you saw a tortoise in your shower. You feel even stronger mentally and physically. You acquire an effect, Strength of the Tortoise, 5 adventures. Turtles are right at home in wet environments. It makes them even smarter and stronger than they would be if they stayed dry. Muscle +10, regenerate 10 to 20 mana points per adventure. That can be really powerful when you start a new ascension. The cosmic sauce splashes all around you, lubricating your muscles and liberating your foe's items. You acquire an effect, Lubricating Sauce, 5 adventures. Sauce splashes all around you, as wet can be. +15% item drops from monsters, Moxie +10. Wow, that's not bad. That's for 1 mana point. You reflect on that one time you clubbed a wet stuffed seal in the shower. Seal hides have a special enzyme in them that makes it so getting wet gets them even wetter. +50% combat initiative, Moxie +10. Also for 1 mana point. You smolder, you seethe, you stew, you simmer. You acquire an effect, Simmering, duration 10 adventures. Then you remember the calming thought from your daily shower thought which settles you down quickly. Wow. Simmering, your mind is a cauldron, bubbling over with nefarious intent. Double, there's about to be some trouble. Spell damage +100%. Regenerate 8 to 10 mana points per adventure. Wait, I didn't lose 1 adventure last time. Okay, so I get 1 cast to that for free each day, it looks like. Simmer. So that's all of the non-combat skills. Went through every single one. And I think my 2 favorites, or 3 favorites, were the or 4 favorites. The plus meat skill, the plus item skill, the improvement to empathy of the newt from 5 pounds to 8 pounds of additional familiar weight, and then being able to cast Simmer once per day for free. That's all really, really cool. Now let's try some combat skills. Northern Explosion blasts your foe clear out of all their gear. I don't think that's a normal. That looks new. That looks nice. I cast Shield Butt, and the response was, as you ready your April Shower Thoughts shield, you read the latest entry. Enlightening, you acquire an effect, Buzzard Breath, duration 5 adventures. Your breath smells like death, +30 stench and spooky damage. Huh. You call forth bandages of lasagna and apply them to your wounds. Then you wash them clean with shower water. You gain 36 hit points. Man, which skill was that? Whatever it was, some shower thoughts are caught up in the wave, which leaves him confused and distracted. Monster defense reduced by 12. Wave of sauce. That was wave of sauce. Alright, I'm going to try the wet blanket and the wet shower curtain. So those are the 2 that I'm most curious about. Equip the wet shower curtain, and use the wet blanket. You slop the wet blanket onto the bed at your campsite. Let's go take a look at that campsite. Look at that. Resting with your wet blanket will give you 20 of each substat. See, I don't remember. I think the strengthliness, mysteriousness, and chutzpah are all new. So I think the wet blanket was doing something? Maybe? Yeah, pretty sure it's new. Now let's see if it works on other beds. Probably not. Nope. Or rather, this is the 125 smarm I get because of the bowl of potpourri. Has nothing to do with the wet blanket. Nope, didn't work there either. Pretty sweet. Alright, now I'm going to take my wet blanket for a spin that 70s volcano. Some of the lava you're swimming in goes down your shirt. You lose 7 hit points. That's without the wet blanket. Sorry, wet shower curtain. Wet shower curtain. Totally different. Okay, so I am taking hot damage, but it's just 1 point. That was all 1 point of hot damage. Reduces hot damage by 100,000. I still took 1 point. There was 1 point of hot damage. I saw it. Anyway. Oh, that was fun to see some of the improvements to both non-combat and combat skills, and also get a chance to play with the wet blanket and the wet shower curtain. Thanks very much for watching.